All right, gentlemen, I want to walk us through our final session before our U.S. Open Cup game on Wednesday. Our big objectives are we want to get high ball and mental speed in actions. We want to rev the engine. So we'll get some technical activation. We'll get you playing a little bit just to kind of get you taken over a little bit, but then we'll focus on then slowing it back down and getting us prepared tactically. So the other objectives we're looking at is our attacking shape. So some of the tweaks we're going to make to position our outside backs to help us with the counterattack, the importance of width, and some other options to rotate that we typically have done, but we just want to highlight on that. And then we'll finish up with set pieces, mainly focus on the defensive side of set pieces, touch a little bit on attacking, but really, and then hammer out some penalties. So like I said, passing channels for technical activation. We'll go into a 4v4 plus 3. As you can note, the objective below, we're still looking for high ball and mental speed. So we want the ball to be zipping about. We want our brains to be, ticking over and being ready to play. But we don't want us just to be running for the sake of it. So again, allowing the ball to find our position versus moving to find the ball will be important with the 4v4 plus 3. So again, focusing on just letting the ball move and move at a pace that's appropriate to really challenge the opposition. And we'll build through this with 3 progressions. And then we'll move into our focus on that 2-3-5 attacking shape as noted. So as you can see, not drastically different than what we've done before, but in this case, we're going to ask the 2 and the 3, so our 2 outside backs, not to get really aggressive on the width on a consistent basis. What this allows us to do is it creates this block of 5 that helps protect us in transition, keeps us a little bit closer, allows us to deal with transitions a little bit better, allows the angles and the passes to be shorter, which are easier to be more consistent in our passing. So for example, right center back has the ball, right back can pull out, create a little angle. And what this does is it still gives that right back a chance to play into the 7 because our 7 and 11 are going to really be hugging the touchline and stretching the opposition out. We still have that angle. Again, if the opposition moved to deny the ball out wide, now we have angles to play in to the 8. And again, this is a similar pass that our center back can make. But you guys start to see that we have some solutions that if our outside back was pinned up against the sideline, some of these angles would be taken away. Focusing a little bit more on the rotations that we've used, and I know they've been mentioned that we didn't do that nearly as much in our scrimmage. So we get the ball circulated out to the other side around their pressure, and we see this rotation that's pretty common for us. So one of the center mids pulls out into that space. The important thing that we're going to highlight is that we need to be able to maintain this block of 5. So as the 10 rotates out, we now still have that block of 5 that's prepared for our transitions. But then we still have that line of 5 across their back 4 ready to make movements. And again, this allows us to make these runs that we really spent a lot of time on prior trying to get into the assist zones. They were there on Saturday against St. Croix, but didn't really happen towards the end of the game more than they did during the middle to earlier parts of the game. So that spaces were there, just need to take advantage of them more. And then finally, we do a little video example of something pretty close, similar. Dom as our center mid pulls out, and we get that image a little bit of what we're talking about. And you'll see as he circulates the ball through Aiden, there's Chuck in that similar, more inside positioning. Midu is able to get out, and we're able to create. Chuck runs the underlap and attacks the space in behind. So watch it again. Obviously, we're going to look at Midu. If he's already out wide, he doesn't have to bust his butt to get out there. But some of the concepts that we'll be working on are all hidden in this clip. So again, Chuck's a little bit more inside, easier pass for Aiden. Now he can, from that inside space, he has the options to play in and play out. He decides to play out, makes that run in behind. And then we get a service into the box from that space. So a little bit tougher. I mean, obviously not in the assist zones that we want to create, but you guys got the picture. And I'll leave you guys with this, that starting of that 2-3-5 shape. So as you can see, we have our 2 center backs. As Dom has rotated and now attacked that central space, a bye's filled into that same channel. Chuck is now about to receive the ball from Aiden. So you see that 2, that line of 3. And then we have to just fix all the stuff in front of it. Leo's in a good pocket in that half space. Luik's in the middle part of the field. We now just allow to get Dom higher into that gap and get Midu sitting wide as a starting point. So hopefully, guys, that gives you a feel for the session. Again, it's just really getting some things tightened up, make sure we're all on the same page. The structure changes just to help us deal with the transitions and prepare us for 90 minutes of a tough game against the Des Moines Menace. See you guys tomorrow.